This is a video of how I rig up my laser. I've got a Vectron Traveler, which is pulled really tight. Very little stretch or creep in it, not too thin so it cleats off. So it allows the block not ride up when you're using it and be able to slide right to that quarter there when you're using it. Acme tiller. Tiller extension. A lot of people wonder how long it should be. You know, that's pretty well optimal length. You know, it allows you to steer, tack, and jibe without hitting your main sheet any longer, and you're getting hung up on things any shorter, and it doesn't allow you to extend out when you hike. I like the Rooster main sheet, 6 mil. It's a little light. Strengthen up your hands to use it. This one's pretty much worn. I got a new one waiting to use. You know, put some new Harken blocks on. I think it allows the sheet to run a little bit easier. My other blocks were getting pretty beat up. I like the fact that you don't have to tape up your Traveler blocks anymore when you do that. I like to be able to adjust my hiking strap. An old Rooster main sheet works good for that. Pretty simple system. You know, you pull here to get it nice and snug and release and it'll loosen off. For the way I hike, that's about as loose as I ever want to go right there. That allows me to extend out but still keep tension on the straps. Another way to check that is seeing where it hits the deck. Going to my Vang, pretty simple, you know, straightforward arrangement that everybody's running with now. I've got some markings on my Vang, you know, that's as loose as I ever want to go right there. And the way I check that is a pretty simple way of determining that. I should have this boat head to win, but you take this and your Vang, if you look at the front, should only bounce a couple times when you flick it. So that would be as loose as I would ever go, maybe even a little up from that when I'm downwind. Then I've got basically my reaching around setting or before the start, and I've got it lined up with that green mark. Then my block to block setting, so when I go block to block at the back and I take the snug out of it. So that's my basic upwind setting and pre-start. When I'm starting, I like to get it there. When it gets really windy, you know, I Vang on a little bit more, so that'd be my hard Vang, and I very seldom get to that point, but you know, if it's really windy, so what that allows is to ease the sheet, and if you look, the boom will not come on at all. You're basically Vang sheeting, you know, is what you're doing. So usually you're out about this much when it's that tight and you're playing the main sheet, and there's very little play on the main sheet there. Ooh, a little creaky. A little creaky. I won this. Kind of nice. It's a 8-to-1. 8-to-1? 6-to-1, sorry. No, it's an 8-to-1 downhaul system, made by a company out of UK, and it allows you to really reef that sail down. You know, when it's blowing, especially light guys like me, you want that grommet all the way down there, and then it releases pretty nicely. Traveler, I've gone with just a Vectron line again. I like to have markings on it that correspond to my markings at the back here. And if you notice, okay, so that would be the loosest I would ever go. Maybe more than the loosest I'd ever go, which is basically about 9 inches from the rear of the boom. You know, and I increment it from there, you know. Yeah, that'd be about the tightest I'd ever go, and it gets the boom. right on the sail there. And the way I run this, it goes through my deck block. It's a little small. Most people use a 29mm there. I've spliced on a nice little Harken block here. It runs back to a spliced on another Harken block. Ronstead, just happen to have a Ronstead that's spliced onto there, and that gives me the purchase, nice little amount of purchase I need. And I kind of like to run it a little bit on the side as opposed to the top, as you can see. And the way I run my retrieval, so my sail will pull out, or in, sorry, nicely, is I just run a continuous shock cord on both sides, and that gives it nice little easy movements. I like to hook up my centerboard with this system. It's a nice system. Doesn't allow the centerboard to go up or down that much. Important to have that on there so your sail doesn't come off. And it's a pretty simple, 90% of people sailing these boats, this is how they rig them up. And then the rest is up to sailing it properly. Okay, thank you.